short horror stories with photographs. A few months ago, a friend of mine who is an up-and-coming nature photographer decided to spend day and night alone in the woods outside of our town. She wanted to get photos of the woods and wildlife as naturally as she could for her portfolio. She wasn't afraid of being alone, as she camped by herself many times before. She set up a tent in the middle of a small clearing and spent the day taking pictures. She filmed 4 rolls of film on that trip, but something was strange about them. What she saw in those pictures had stayed with her forever, and she's still trying to recover from the trauma it caused her. Almost every picture was accounted for except one picture in each roll of film. These pictures of her were her asleep in her tent. The babysitter. A young girl was babysitting some children in a large old house. The children were in bed, and she was watching television when the phone rang. All the voices on the other end were just laughing. She listened for a minute and then hung up. A few minutes later, the phone rang again, and a scratchy male voice said, "Have you checked on the children tonight?" She asked who was this, but he just laughed and hung up. She was very scared and called the police. They told her it was really nothing, but they could do something about the prank calls. But they traced the call if it happened again. After that, she got another call asking if she checked on the children. She hung up and the police called her and told her to get out of the house immediately. The calls were coming from upstairs extensions, where he'd already murdered the children. Haunted webpage. So apparently this is a webpage that connects you with this little girl named Rafael Sinatus. You type in your name and your email and she notifies you to come back at midnight to play. If you go back to the page at midnight, apparently it is now different, and all these weird pictures of this little girl with a mark on her face. You're then supposed to put in a name of someone who has done you wrong, and she will give revenge for you. But in return, she will appear in your dreams every night till you die. Me being the dumb person I am, I googled and tried to find out who it was, and the first link said, if you type Rafael Sinatus backwards, you will, and then it cut off. So I typed it backwards, and it means Satan's helper. If you know the website and the other people are interested in the website, make comments on it. One cold winter night, 16-year-old Katie was home alone. It had been snowing all afternoon, but had just recently stopped. After studying for a few hours, she decided to relax for a little. The television was positioned in front of one side of the glass sliding door that led to a patio in the backyard. By midnight, Katie's parents still hadn't come home. She was gripped with fear because on the corner of her eye, she could have sworn she got a glimpse of something very strange. A strange-looking man staring at her outside the glass window behind the television. Katie called the police, and soon there was a patrol car not far from her house. The police showed up, and Katie told them about the stranger who was standing outside through the glass window. Police opened the glass window and looked around. They explained to her that they could not find anyone standing out there, as there would be footprints in the snow. As they were about to leave, one of the cops noticed something behind the couch. She hadn't seen the man outside the door. She had seen a reflection of what was standing behind her. Medicine. I don't remember exactly the hallucinations began, but I do remember the first time. I was in a ball door, crying my eyes out, because all the flames and screams, which apparently I could not see. My dad found me. I don't know how I would have pulled in if he had not been there. That I was going to be fine. That everything was going to be fine. Afterwards, he kept bugging me about seeing a doctor and psychiatrist or a priest or someone, anyone, who could help me with his horrible images in my mind. At first, I wasn't very keen on the idea. I didn't like hallucinations, but I didn't like being told I was sick either. I didn't feel sick at all. Hallucinations increasingly got worse. My dad kept reassuring me I was just reliving childhood trauma. Any person with a PhD would be able to fix me right up. I finally went and had a talk with my doctor. He told me that I had post-traumatic stress syndrome, that I was experiencing it due to a horrible car crash my parents died when I was a kid. He gave me some type of medicine and hallucinations went away. So did my dad. Hello, if you like me reading these stories to you and you'd like to support me, please check my description for links to donate to me. I love reading these stories and I will continue to do so.